Hey friends, welcome back to the Destination Baby and Kids YouTube channel. This is Gina. I am super excited to be here with you today to go over the battle of the inexpensive, premium styled infant seats. So what does that mean exactly? That is going to mean we are looking at infant seats. So these are rear-facing car seats that are generally for the first year of a baby's life. And all of these seats are clocking in at under $300, which is excellent. And they're all around $250. So that's sort of the main thing to focus on here. And they're from 3 different brands. So without further ado, we will get into what exactly we're looking at. This guy on the end here, this is the CYBEX Aton G. So this is a $250 car seat. Of the 3 seats that you see here, this is going to be the lightest weight. This one is about 9 pounds, 7 ounces when it's off of the base. This one also probably has the largest canopy of the 3 that you see here in front of us. So that's another nice feature and just something to sort of be aware of when we're making these comparisons. This one in the center, this is going to be a new offering from Britax. This is going to be the Willow S car seat. So this retails for $249. This one weighs 9 pounds, 12 ounces. I weighed it on my postage scale. So it's a little heavier than the CYBEX, but not a ton heavier. Now, this old familiar friend on the end, this is going to be the Chicco KeyFit 35. So this is Cleartex, which is their flame retardant free fabric, makes it a little bit more expensive, but you're looking at a price point of $269. Both the KeyFit and the CYBEX Aton G will hold a child that is 35 pounds and 32 inches long. I just want to double check that this guy is, yep, so that's correct. And then with the Britax, we are looking at 32 inches and 30 pounds. So it is about 5 pounds less with the Britax. I would argue that these children are almost always hitting the height restriction before they hit the weight restriction. So 30 pounds for a rear-facing infant seat is certainly commendable and still excellent duration of use. That being said, that's going to be one of the differences. So when we look at these seats as well, all 3 of them offer installation with a base, and then all 3 of them are great because when we install them without the base, they all can use European belt routing method. So I would give them all an A+ for giving the consumer that safety feature, able to be used with or without a base super safely. So all the companies are going to get good marks on that front. That being said, where is the difference? Well, with the CYBEX or this specific Britax, so we're talking about Willow or Willow S, they make other infant seats. We're only speaking to this Willow brand from them, which is new, this Willow line. These guys will fit on the same strollers. So the cool thing is CYBEX utilizes Maxi Cozy adapters, and this Britax infant seat also utilizes Maxi Cozy adapters. That is great because it opens it up to fitting on so many more strollers than previous Britax car seats had before. So before, you used to not be able to ever put one on an Upper Baby Vista. Now with this Britax infant seat, you would be able to put it on a Vista if you wanted. The Chicco, and some people say Chicco, they ask that we pronounce it Chicco, which means child in Italian. The folks at Chicco have done this infant seat forever. This is a redesign of the original KeyFit. It comes with a better base because the base has an anti-rebound feature. The problem with the KeyFit stuff is that the adapters for it are more limited. So there are a ton of great strollers out there. They may or may not work with the Chicco, but they will almost all have an option for CYBEX, Maxi Cozy, Kleck, and Nuna. So these guys would work on that. So you would get a broader variety of strollers if you wanted to do some sort of mix and match scenario. All right, additionally, what else are we looking at functionally that's different between these seats? I was really excited about this Britax seat when we got it. What I will say is that I have noticed taking it in and out of the base, you do have to rotate it forward slightly, otherwise it can get caught on something that's on the front of the base. So you just want to make sure you make that rotation when you remove it from its base. The other thing about this one that is interesting, I would have guessed that it was the lightest weight of the 3 because this one is the only one that has a manual rethread harness. So that means, let me remove this base. The manual rethread harness means that when we want to adjust the shoulder harness height, there's different spots that we will physically rethread to adjust the shoulder harness to move up. On this CYBEX seat, which is actually lighter weight, it has a no rethread harness, which means when I move the headrest up and down, that's moving the shoulder straps along with it. Now, the KeyFit 35 on the end, this one also has a no rethread harness, but this is the heaviest of the 3 seats. So I would expect it to have that feature, because generally when we add moving parts to products like a no rethread harness, that will add weight to the product itself. I need to loosen this. Now, one thing that's nice about this is that Chicco does a good job of marking everything that's a moving piece with yellow. So I have yellow buttons here to squeeze, and that'll move this headrest up and down. And as you can see, when I move the headrest up and down, that moves the shoulder straps along with it. So that's what we mean by a no rethread harness. That being said, all 3 of these seats will come with a base. You do have multiple crotch adjustment positions on the Britax seat. The Britax and the KeyFit 35, you also have anti-rebound bars. The Britax makes a point to have it be metal. KeyFit 35, it is plastic, but it's quite large and exaggerated, which is awesome because it really has that preventative piece in an accident. Now, your Aton G base doesn't have an anti-rebound feature, but it does have this guy right here, which is a pretty intense belt positioning clamp. When that is correctly installed in a car, you're going to get very little lift. The benefit of these guys is that if you are in any situation where you would get lift, like let's say rollover, you have a more exaggerated piece to help that side-to-side movement and also the up and down lift of the car seat. Britax utilizes a click tight on the base, which they're quite proud of. I find it to be very cumbersome to actually thread the belt or the latches through this click tight. You get this same concept out of what you see here with the CYBEX, but the difference is the belt path here is much clearer. So it's really hard for me to say that I'm obsessed with this. It's certainly a nice feature that it's able to come down, but threading the belt through there or the latches through there is certainly more work than most car seats. So a little surprising, but maybe they'll make adjustments on it in the future. KeyFit, as per usual, has their sweet lock-offs for belts. So if you do a belt installation here, you can get an extremely tight install, which is great, but also super easy with the lower anchors and the center pull to make it tighten into vehicles quite easily. They all have levelers on them and level adjustments. Again, this guy should have a yellow piece. Yep, here we are, to have the foot come down. So they're all going to have that ability to adjust to whatever the pitch of your seat is. That being said, you'll get the most versatility out of the CYBEX. It's the lightest weight, it's the highest amount of features, but you have to be okay with the base having less called out anti-rebound features. Your Britax, you would get good compatibility, low features on the seat, but still a solid performer. And if you have a stroller that works with a KeyFit 35, it's a great value for dollar. Very easy, very fluid to do any adjustments on it because, again, everything is called out in yellow. So it's all about style, preference, price, weight, and what works with your strollers. But these 3 seats for at and around $250 are all excellent choices. And I'd be happy to use any of them with a baby. So hopefully that helps answer some of your questions. If you do have more questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Please feel free to hit like or subscribe and check out our other videos. We love to have you here, and so we wanted to thank you, and hopefully we'll see you at the next one. All right.